In an armed robbery, the counter can work against you, but it can also work for you. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Brooklyn. It shows us an armed robbery with a knife-wielding armed robber here, but it shows us successful self-defense that teaches us some important lessons. Among them, having your attitude ready, being a self-defender, having that defensive mindset. Number two, having tools that are at least as good as the person who is attacking you. And number three, using your environment to attack when the time is right. So this guy is just going to come in here to this restaurant, and we're going to see him here out from under his hoodie there, pull a very large knife and threaten the people with it and announce an armed robbery. But the cook there grabs a knife off the counter and starts swinging it at the guy. Guy decides, nope, I'm not having it, not willing to get into a fight, and runs off. That's as fast as it happens. Let's learn some lessons out of this one. There are 8 more on our website, link in the description. But the first one here is that this woman is just doing whatever she does, and this attack comes out of an ambush. And they always do. As a defender, you're always operating out of the ambush because you're not the aggressor in, defensive encounters by definition. Next, I want to talk about the counter here. You see this guy try to jump the counter, and in armed robberies, the counter is incredibly important. It can be used if he has a knife to keep him out of contact from you where you're not in immediate danger. Of course, if he has a firearm, that's not going to be the case. And also gives him a second, because you can see the knife right up here in the top, and the cook's gonna have to go grab that knife, but that gives him the time to do so and start to drive this guy off. Now, it's interesting to me that just that swipe started things changing because the guy jumped back over the counter. Why? Because he recognized that he didn't have a distinct force advantage. And if you can show that you can meet force with force there, deadly force with deadly force, oftentimes that's what it takes to get out of there. You notice here that that meeting of force with force was enough to get that guy out of there, because armed robbers are not looking for fights. They're looking for victims. They're looking for money. They're looking for easy targets. When you don't provide one, especially here, these two guys with, ladles and knives and stuff like that, they oftentimes will bug out like this guy did. So having the readiness and the willingness to protect yourself is probably the single most important aspect that you can have to cover your asp.